Now, sir, greetings to all. This is Dr. Veda, Associate in School of Smart Agriculture. Today, we are delighted to have a conversation from Central University, Central School of Smart Agriculture on the edition of National Policy. We are honored to have with us Mr. Raju Garu, CEO of Breds, who has been tremendously work with the founders and also our testimony with domain is. Thank you for being with us for this. That's good. So today we have a brief conversation and your experience on FPOs. So first thing we want to know, what is the experience on the journey? What is your perspective on FPOs? What would have also get done based from this?
Yeah, thank you for doing this positive people. Actually, my journey is a farmer. Started in 1984, but I just feel a bit of graduation. I did 2 years as a seed farm. I worked with government of Odisha and separate seed to government also. That inspired me to work with farmers. And then I joined Breds again. And from that time, we are working with farmers. In mostly targeted border for Andhra Pradesh. And in 2006, we got an opportunity to do a pilot, a different model of farming. There is integrated farming of 1 acre of land for one family, with the idea that in the 1 acre family, you should develop the land in such a way that the root system, the LD is perfectly matched, so that year long, there will be some kind of crop in the farm, and the lives of the farmer is Chico. So that is the beginning of my journey with farmers. And I'm happy all this like 8 years I'm in this farmers groups. Recently, the policy change for government of India, they came up with a model called 10,000 farmer services across India under CSST. So the way is that I used to develop the farms, and part of that, we have been identified and planning way of the India, the CPBO, based in this organization. To that, we promoted to possess abuse.
That's nice though. So in your works, what is the purpose FPOs?
See, suppose you see the whole purpose FPO is like earlier there is a farmer to negotiate their price. Earlier he is either like produce something and then we cannot send the product. The main purpose of him to select the collective market, collections, and the collective economic act. So that the whole idea. And as I said, the government of India's main reason why it's to double the farmer's income. When you target to double the farmer's income, first thing is to the collective organization of the product and also market. So that the whole idea, without journey, this started this operation. That is.
So in that context that they say, so whether the large farms will act much better or small ones, which for both the moment we get a better issue.
So that is like the agenda is for the small farmers only. But as you go all the other, there's some kind of gaps. But the whole idea is to strengthen the big farmers with the collective or institutions so that they can negotiate better. They can reach the market in a better way. There is all like better access. We see the quality foods, so they can access quality inputs. They can establish their own policy units. They can add value to their product, and then reach all the market.
So what are the challenges that comes in this? When we stay in the top tanks and on this.
See, the challenge in the sense, see, FPOs, government is saying that the government FPOs, but the thing is, many times the ownership, ultimately. They say you see the ownership of the farmer. But many times, because years ago, government is doing charity at some kind of, they have seen a farmer as a beneficiary. But with this order, they are not beneficiary. So the expectation is they should be emerged at the bonus. So the taxation is there. So many times I need to worry the farmers to come up with that old mindset and become an entrepreneur. And what it is, to transform the farm between enterprise and a farmer and an entrepreneur.
But nice, sir. So what do you think that, what would be the role of an institute like A and us, like that should say in personal universities, or like HR institutes on the youth? Then how can they play a major role in that? Is like how can they kind that was
So definitely, even in that today, you see many corporate companies are also coming to the harvest ratios. That I partner with these people because this makes created out it. So they didn't just bother. So it's an easy part any other stakeholder to partner with these people. So the given situation. So suppose you're a technical university. So for this university, the students do the estimate of the level people, the practical ability. They can identify the analysis picture that they can do something, they do something like that, and whether the farmers also really get benefited. And for the business automation, suppose they partner with the fuels, they can do some rather the market access. So giving a market access to the farmer is beneficial to the farmer. And also these other things are very benefited. It's like we need more. So for institutions like the Centurion, or any corporate or any marketing institution also, this is a perfect organization to partner with and to work with.
very nice? So I mean, what do you say about the sustenance? Do you think that there is the sustainability and existing in the sectors, any kind of business, I guess, and promoting?
So then it's definitely this ultimately the support you see entire value chain. So if you analyze the entire value chain, the percent of percent, and you figure out to gap areas and to build something at the business world, they show the gaps. Definitely there's a certain restriction or restriction.
So, but my point is, initially we were talking about the squabs, yarns. So we are bringing up the small pounds and we are making investors big collective and we are working. So, in what way we can expect the stock and this will be gain treated by implementing this design? Are there any position to understand all needs?
Sure, yeah. Also, the whole idea is we follow up in this model. They gather their partners in the sense they're paying some share capital and also for the membership fee. So, on that, suppose you say, partners in the bonus organization. What about the return workers like managing this? So they will manage on behalf of other stores. So any enterprise, any business activity, or one bigger help businesses, these people will have that. And at the end of the day, the farmer will get a service, like we put service or output service. There is one bit before them. And actually, then at the end of the year, suppose they get some profit, they also have a right to share the profit. So what is useful for the farmers, right? I do say, out of 300 almost everybody will not participate in this entire process. There will be some key this as compared wow. We call them indirectors and they will maintain all the costs, the data from this stability, and also win some business activity. Ultimately, this makes sure to the farmers up.
So you say it could be done netting the PST or one.
Definitely, this is a collective action. This is a collective action, a collective enterprise. And ultimately, they should get. The one idea, government of India is this integrating this. Forward should become a within kind of stress. So that they don't depend on the outside market. Like, they should control the market. See, as for the price, the price negotiator. But now with the fuel, their price decided in spec.
Let's exit. So what do you think about the women workers who don't dance? What is that knowledge? Because I said, sorry by interfering. I want to share one experience. Asian, even I have worked for an field in Carlton District and Bioplaces. So their major target, that agenda is to empower the female funds. So there are most of the members are females only. But on the what I have seen, like I said, I have to for main sake, they put on the female things, but actually the actual training is being held for the male cons. So that is how this transition of transformation be possible. Like
in our case, like opposing the founder of the take novel. We have been given a matrix to work with exclusively ONWs. promoted by set organization. So where all the members are women and the leaders are women, and then it's very overall. Only thing is like they have understood few appeals to us to make every things. They are very subsystems. So there is worry for that, so that ultimately they are circular. So as slowly they are working with Koma oil. So it depends on case like case the thing, like where in NCDC also beyond the non everything up with NCDC, they are still to need targeted to promote Kumakodates. And then they should not any mentor in the directorship part of either. So it depends on relative again. We have already such the sweeping of our business are 200 type. There's we see the the
Okay. So you say like so there is a representance of this transition in case of
yes, definitely. It depends on how you orient it, how you engage them in the process, and how you make them understand the vision of the entire room. Would that different from the
say now recently there's a lot of advancement thing again. So how can we bring that injection into this small scale or small fund or the small body comes? Like how it is like my question is I think it has a small powers is normally it is that had around 1 acre, 2 acres, my 4 to 3 points. So in that areas we always see is in which cost where 9 nations live here to that. So that is like what would be the because suggestion to those farmers like where my institution in the utilized how what can be done? How understand implemented?
see, like there are two ways of recognition also. In some areas, the land is very matched and may land also very bigger size. Then you can let off directly with the perfect the mechanization kind of thing. And even drones and other technologies can use. But in this case, you have to figure out institute kind of technology there that works locally. Like, and they can improvise tools, you can supply, you can naturally visiting for every either. Improvise tools also. But not necessarily always like the migration or diamond contest is the issue. But we have to see the terrain of the back, the area, and the size of the land bus. Based on that, we have to identify each district to that locality. And recently, in over the India, the nowadays are being refused to establish estimating centers. So if you say estimating center, this kind of police, they need to get information and mechanical tools also. They can establish in one place and they can grant it out to the farmers. So by establishing such center, like any place, you have to see the needs of the farmers. So based on the niche of farmers, what is working or what is not working, you have to figure out.
Because like my personal experience, I've seen those of the small patches, small plots. Either we are available to the mechanization what we have, we are available to the methods. Because of them, we are using the efficient stocks. Okay, that is become the biggest burden. It's what type of sanitary paying and this for us.
No, you this kind of situations, not that the precision agriculture machine. That's what you are. You see, I mean, last time mechanization may not work, but this is good. This is work, isn't it? So you can spell out using technology in that thing.
May going behind the obvious all this. So lastly, what are the messages that we want to give to the partners or any kind of investors, the CEOs of the CEOs in
You see, the CEOs I love that stage, we have hired people because now that what the six people working as the CEOs with various with you also now. What are the 36 accountants on it? I always tell them that they should not feel like they're working in an organization or a product. They have the product. It's an enterprise. They don't understand the basics of it. unless they make it viable and reduce the dependence on outside funding or working donor funding. There's no way. So from the day one, they should pay tax steadily, which is useful for the farm. So if I go tomorrow, my water is little vaccine don't in the area for after 3 years or 4 years time, the issue should survive. That should be the same. Otherwise, if you keep on helping them and they'll not grow. The solution is sometimes to tell them and they should realize as ringers and ultimately they should want it. The scholarship is really more. Unless they understand this, get up merchant. They have to get up in this the team work. So in our case, we push that in the agenda for the day work. So they want to exist after the mechanic. So that we go.
Thank you very much, Mr. for shape the outside of this. And on behalf of say the guys was starting with center was down the spirit.
Thank you. I'm also part of such like as you in the beginning. First, I ran the first administrator for Secure School of Life President with the CSRM in my country and hosted the maintenance to the. I've come from that time. My journey is so many years that now. So I'm happy again and with such a
Yes, I'm also very happy. Thank you so much.